Hello, everyone. It's time for Vanishing Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanos. This is episode 293, season 12. Today's date is January 6, 2024, and welcome to the program. On today's program, I will talk about the Home Juice Company from Chicago. I believe I talked about this before. I'm not sure, but why not? I'll talk about it again. Also, I'll do my tributes to two famous people in the movie and television industry that passed away this week. One was actress Glynis Johns and also actor David Soul. And I will talk about my memories of watching them on television. And so this will be it's sad. It'll be sad, but it'll be very interesting because they had a very interesting lives and careers. And I'll discuss that. Right now, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Pizza Magic Sauce. I'll explain after when I play the commercial what that is. Okay, and so here's a commercial from 1981. And after that, I'll be right back. Thank you, everyone.
I found a way to change any bread into pizza fast. Wow! It's Pizza Magic.
New Pizza Magic. Spread on any bread makes pizza fast. Rich, ripe tomatoes, imported spice blends, real pizza taste.
I spread on Pizza Magic thick and flavorful. Sprinkle on cheese. Pop in the oven. In just minutes, it's Pizza Magic.
Pizza! Good!
New Pizza Magic from Chef Boyardee. Sausage, pepperoni, and pizzeria-style flavors. Spread on any bread makes pizza fast.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Pizza Magic sauce. This what boils down to what that is. It's you get this sauce in a jar, and you take some French bread and you pour it, sprinkle some mozzarella cheese, and then pop it in the oven. Boom, you got pizza. My mom makes that sometimes, and it's great. You don't have to buy it, but this sauce was specially made at the time, and I remember this commercial very well. It is on YouTube if you care to watch it, if you like. And who doesn't like pizza? It's one of the most wonderful foods in the world. I gotta watch it. Because you eat too much, it'll bite you in the back. So I have it once in a while, but I got to be careful. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I discussed what I'm going to discuss for the. I'm going to discuss what I'm going to talk about. Yeah, I'm going to discuss what I'm going to talk about on this program today. I'm going to talk about the Home Juice Company from Chicago. Also, my tributes to actress Glynis Johns and actor David Soul. They both passed away this week. Before I get started, mention something. Christmas is almost over. Well, it's been over, but you have the today's Three Kings Day. I think that's how it says. It's Epiphany Day. We celebrate that. In my religion, and this is, believe it or not, this is like the last day you have your Christmas tree up. Some people take it down after Christmas. Even in the middle of the week, on New Year's Day, New Year's Eve also, after New Year's, whatever. That's fine. But my mom was right. She always puts the tree up like the middle of December, like the 9th or 10th, even earlier than that. And then she leaves it up till about January 7th, because that's my brother's namesake. And after that, during that week, we take our time and we take it down. We don't rush. So if someone says something, big deal. We take our time because we have a lot of stuff decorated. And it's like you have to get the boxes. You have to pack everything up and put the tree in the box. I have an artificial one and then put it in the garage. And It's like that. And I hate doing it because it's so beautiful. It really is. It's beautiful. I wish we could leave it up all year round, but it's not right. So that's a shame. It's kind of sad. When I was a kid, I used to hate to decorate. I found it a big, boring job, but now I love it. It's great. I love to do that. Also, I posted this morning that I was cleaning the house, and then I just stubbed my toe on my right foot, and I didn't see a box. There was a big box on the floor, and I didn't see it. And then and I went boom. It didn't hurt at first, but then later on it did, and I go, wow, ooh, and then it hurt like crazy. And then when I go up the stairs, oh, it was sharp, real sharp, and like that. I couldn't. The funny thing is, I was wearing slippers, and when I wear shoes, it doesn't hurt. When I wear barefoot, it doesn't hurt. It's just the slippers I wear, to keep me warm. So I have to walk barefoot when I go on the stairs. So that's kind of hard. Plus, I'm in company tonight, so I'll just explain. But then the big bruise came on the big toe, and it was the ugliest thing I ever seen. I never seen that. That's never happened to me, not on my big toe. And so I asked my brother, oh, what should I do? He says, well, because it happened to him, he goes, look, I just put some warm water and some Epsom salt and soak it in for about 15, 20 minutes. And then the pain subsided a little bit. But, I would told you have to put ice on it, but it depends if it's swelled. If it swells. It's not swelling. It's not sprained or anything. It looks like a sprain, but I guess it's okay. And it's not broken. So it's just badly bruised. So hopefully in a week it'll disappear and I'll walk better. Only me would happen. Only this would happen to me. Yeah, but well, that's how it is. You have accidents. Okay. Right now, I'm going to talk about the Home Juice Company from Chicago. I don't know much about this company. I don't know when it started, who started it, and when it closed, really. All I remember, this is from my memories of growing up seeing this, hearing from people that they had their orange juice delivered, which was odd because usually you had milk delivered in the morning. You would leave the bottles in the back porch, or by the side door, and the milkman would come over and pick them up. Then he would bring 2 fresh bottles of milk. We never had our milk delivered. Never did that. They still do that to this day. Oberweis does it, I believe. But back then, there were milk companies. Like, for example, there was Bowman Milk Company and also Hawthorne Melody, which I should talk about those someday. This would be very interesting. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see about that. And with the Home Juice Company, my memories of that is looking when I went to school and I was on the school bus or I was on a CTA bus or someone's car, I would see this truck, this Home Juice truck. It was it was orange on top, green on the bottom, and it would say Home Juice Company. And you would drive around making deliveries, and a delivery man would jump out of the car and deliver, at someone's home. So according to some people from social media, mostly Facebook, they said that it was delicious. It was very good juice. I wish I tried it. I wish I did, but my mom bought store bought. So I'm sure it was good. There are collectibles on eBay, like, for example, bottles. I had a box. There was a box of it. As for the status of the company, I don't know. I think it's still there, but they're not. They don't do home deliveries. I don't think so. I don't know. I have no idea. I was going to call them and see, do you guys do this? Out of curiosity. But they have other brands and all that, not just orange juice. So I don't know. But today they don't. I don't believe they deliver them. Or I don't know. So that's a special memory for me, and I'm sure it's a special memory to everybody growing up in the Chicagoland area, seeing those trucks and delivering that delicious orange juice like that. Uh, that's great. Very nice. Okay. Now, I'm going to talk about actress Glynis Johns. Now, she died this week on January 4th, 2024, and she was 100 years old. Oh my God. So God bless her. She was, she lived up to about, well, yeah, so she did that. I'll give you her history, her biography, that is. So she was born in Pretoria, South Africa. She was the daughter of Welsh actor Mervyn Jones. Now he was an actor. He appeared in stage in England, and they making also film in England as well. And she started making movies in London, and then she came to America and took roles, and she did Broadway. And one of my favorite roles, one of my favorite movies that she was in was The Court Jester, and she was with Danny Kaye, and that was hilarious. That was a great movie. It was funny. I think they had, and it was slapstick, and it was, Danny Kaye was one of the funniest men around. Also in the movie was Angela Lansbury and Basil Rathbone, Sherlock Holmes, like that. And they used to play this on Channel 9 a lot. And let's see. So other movies she did was The Chapman Report in 1962, and Under Milkwood, 1972, The Sundowners in 1960. Out there. But her most famous movie role was Mary Poppins. She played Winifred Banks, and there was the song "Send in the Clowns." If you've seen the movie many times like I did, that's very famous. And she was very good in that. She also had her own sitcom in 1963. It was her name's called Glynis. It was not very successful. It aired on CBS. First aired September 25th, 1963. Ended December 18th of the same year. So I never seen it. It's on YouTube if you care to watch it. If you like, it was okay. But you know what's funny? One of the co-stars was that guy who played Harvey on The Honeymooners. The guy who was fighting Ralph Cramden. If you're a big Honeymooners fan, he's in that show. So it's hilarious. And so it wasn't very successful. She was charming in that show. She really was. Another famous TV role she was in was in Batman. She played Lady Peasoup. She played Rudy Valley's sister, Lord Fogg. She ran a school for bad girls. And she was great in that. I liked her a lot. I have the show on DVD, on Blu-ray. That's wonderful. And so, yeah, she was great in that. Okay, and then she did more movies, more TV, and all that. And her last role was she was in a movie with Molly Shannon from Saturday Night Live called Superstar. There's a scene where, and and that was based on the character, Molly Shannon's character, Mary Catherine Gallagher. Well, she was funny in that. And there's a scene, I've seen this on YouTube, and Glynis Johns is swearing. she was she was great in that. So she had a great. All her movie credits, her TV credits were they were oh numerous. A lot of them. And that's the same. And she was interviewed recently. I watched the interview. She looked fine. Yeah, she was okay. And that's too bad. Now she's gone. So that's a shame. Okay. All right. Next up, I'm going to talk about actor David Soul, which I was shocked. I wasn't that shocked that he passed away. I heard he's been sick for quite a while, but this came out of the blue. I grew up watching him on television when I was a kid. He's famous for his role as Detective Kenneth Hutchinson on the TV series Starsky and Hutch, which I'm a huge, huge fan of the show. I love that show. And so I'll give a little biography of him, and then I will talk about his movie and TV roles. He was born David Richard Sahlberg, August 28th, 1943, in Chicago. I don't know where in Chicago he was born. I don't know where he grew up. I have no idea. And then his mother was a teacher, and his father was a Lutheran minister. That's very interesting. And both his grandparents were evangelists. I can't even say that word. Then they moved to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and then they moved again. They went to Mexico City, and that's where he learned to play the guitar. That's how he did his, because he was a folk singer first, and then he got into acting, and then he first appeared on television on the Merv Griffin show, and then his first TV role was an episode of Flipper. Remember Flipper? There go Flipper, Flippers. Like that. Also, his second appearance, he appeared on Star Trek. I remember that. It was called The Apple. That was a good episode. And then he got cast in a TV show that I remember watching when I was a kid. It was called Here Come the Brides, and that starred Robert Brown, Bobby Sherman, and him. And that lasted for 2 years. It aired on ABC on WLS TV Channel 7. I didn't watch it when it aired because I remember seeing it, but I didn't really watch it. But I started watching that show when it started airing on WFLD TV Channel 32, the reruns. And I remember the ads on TV Guide and all the promos of watching that. And I watched a few episodes back then. It was pretty good. I liked it. It was a very interesting time seeing that. I think it aired on, I don't know what time, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the, probably in the evening. Very popular reruns, and it was a good show. Bobby Sherman became a teen idol, I think, believe from that show, and made records, and he was a huge, huge star like that. And then after Here Comes the Brides, he starred in another TV show called Owen Martian Counselor at Law. Yeah, I remember that. And then he starred more movie films. He was in I Dream of Jeannie, Macmillan and Wife, Cannon, Gunsmoke, All in the Family. He played Zvabo, that Hungarian artist. He wanted to paint Gloria Stivik nude. That's a classic episode. I love that. Then let's see what else. He was in a movie in Magnum Force with Clint Eastwood. I've seen that movie. It's very famous. Yeah, very famous movie. That was interesting. Very interesting movie indeed. Okay. All right. Right now, I'm going to play the promo of Starsky and Hutch. This first aired in 1975. And when I come back, I'll talk about the show. He started with Paul Michael Glaser, also his musical career. Okay. So sit back and relax, everyone. And here is the promo for Starsky and Hutch from 1975. Thank you.
Welcome to the bright new world of ABC. You'd never know they were cops unless you broke the law.
I mean, who are we supposed to trust?
Same people we always trust. Us.
Starsky. Hutch.
I'm Starsky. He's Hutch.
Welcome to a bright new world this fall on ABC.
I can't wait.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the promo for Starsky and Hutch. Those were the days. I always look forward to new shows when I was a kid and on my TV screen. All right, now I'll talk about Starsky and Hutch. What can I say about this show? It's a classic, and it premiered on April 30th, 1975, ended May 15th, 1979. Starred David Soul and Paul Michael Glaser. Ran for 4 seasons, 93 episodes, and those guys were police detectives, and they drove around with a Gran Torino, with that big white stripe, that red one, and it's an iconic car. There was a kid in my neighborhood that I went to Bogan High School. He drove the same car. And that was amazing, and unfortunately he passed away a long time ago, which is that's terrible. And he drove, yeah, like I said, he just drove that car around. I guess he loved the show so much. And the characters, like Hutch was like kind of an intelligent, very reserved guy. Where Starsky was kind of a, kind of a moody, childlike, but they had great chemistry. And they were great friends on the show, and they were wonderful friends off screen as well. The cast consisted of Antonio Fargas as Huggy Bear. I like that guy. And Captain Dobie, Bernie Hamilton. It was wonderful. It was very so. Like I said, it was very popular, and I'll tell you my favorite episode of all time on the show. And it was like I believe in the first season where there was this elderly couple, and they had a bomb in their trunk, and I think they were going to plan to blow up the bank or something, or I don't know what. And they went somewhere to eat, and the car was stolen. So the thieves took it to a body shop and, redid it and, like changed the color and all that. And then somehow they contacted Starsky and Hutch and they tell them, that car has a bomb in it. You got to find it. It's going to hurt somebody. Like that. But they thought, I remember they were chided and chastised. Why did you do this thing and all that? But the search was on to find this car, and eventually they did, and nobody got killed, thank God. I remember and then Starsky found it, drove it to some open area, and just got out of the car, and it just blew up. Thank God for that. But it was the intensity of that episode. It was like a cliffhanger. We got to find this car. We got to find this car, like that. So, anyway, so and then there were two scenes that I found very hilarious. One was a hostage situation, and they called the police. You know, the police were called in, and Starsky and Hutch was they arrived at the scene, and one of the robbers was holding a lady, you know, by her neck, you know, like a arm lock or something like that. And Starsky yells at the lady, "Bite him, lady, bite him!" And she's screaming, "I can't! I have no teeth." My mother remembers that to this day. It's hilarious. And the second thing was where sometimes when Starsky and Hutch report to Captain Dobie at the police station, they were always sometimes reprimanded by him. You know, rarely he says that they do a good job. I don't remember that. So anyway, um, so one time Captain Dobie had a hamburger on his desk, but first Starsky asked him, "Captain Dobie, can I have your hamburger?" He goes, "No, that's my lunch. You can't have it." So you know what? Behind Captain Dobie's back, Starsky retrieved it. He took it. And then when Captain Dobie found out it was gone, then he yelled, "Starsky!" That's nice when you do that to your superior. That really is. I mean, it's. I don't know if he got fired for that or suspended for that sort of thing. I don't know. Like that. They were classic. Yeah, they were classic. There were classic episodes and all that, but David Soul was great in in that show. Wonderful. That's what he was known as, mostly that TV show like that. And there was one other episode that stood out. That was towards the end. There was one time he dated Karen Valentine, from Route 222, and they went on a date, and then she went psycho, and she was, she like. Glenn Close in Fatal Attraction, and she's just like, remember this sweet person from that TV show, and then she turned into this violent, demented, obsessive woman, and it was that was scary, like that. But eventually, she got apprehended, so that's good. Okay. Then they made a movie about Starsky and Hutch. Didn't do very well, but the guys appeared in a cameo, so that's great. Also, the car, like that. After that, David Soul did some more acting. He starred in a TV series called Yellow Rose in the 80s. That didn't do very well. But then he moved to England, and he performed on the stage. He did that. And I think he's been living there ever since. Yeah. So, also his musical career. We'll talk about that right now. He made a. Before I talk about his musical career, he made one famous TV role, and that was in Salem's Lot. That was based on the Stephen King novel, and it was a miniseries. He played Ben Mears. Lance Kerwin played his son. I watched that in 1979 when it aired. It was very good. It was scary. Oh my God, I was scared, especially the vampire. He was a scary guy like that. But it was a good movie. It was and very spine tingling. Oh, the whole town turned into vampires. It was really bad, like that. And they made movies like that. Ever since, like that. So anyway, about his musical career, he made some albums. One was his self-titled album. It came out in 1976, and his hit single was "Don't Give Up Us." Don't Give Up on Us. Excuse me, I can't say that. I remember when this was released, they played this song all the time on WLS AM radio, also FM. Oh, even WFYR, all the adult contemporary radio stations. I like the song. I remember listening to on my radio on the school bus or at home. One time I was listening to it on the school bus, and some of the kids made fun of me because I'm listening. They called it a crap song. Well, they called it worse. Don't listen. Well, I said it's David Soul. This is Hutch. I don't care. It's bad. I didn't find it that bad. It was okay. It's one of those bad '70s songs. I talked about that on a previous podcast episode. But it was very successful. It really was. He made more albums. He really did over time. So that's great. So that's good to know. And it's a classic like that. It really is. So let's see what else about David Soul. Not too much. So I'm going to miss him. He was one of a kind. But we have his TV shows that will live on. The reruns. Here Come the Brides. That's not syndicated much. I bought the DVD when it first came out. That was like a long time ago. Now you can't find it. You can't find the first season. I heard it goes like for $200, $300 on eBay. Oh, whoa. Because it's out of print. Luckily, I bought it at the time. But the second season came out much later, and I bought that. Now I have it in my collection. So good for me. But they show it on Antenna TV. I don't know if they still do, but when Antenna TV, the TV channel, started airing, they showed the reruns, and I watched that. Of course, I have Starsky and Hutch on DVD as well. So I can watch the show anytime. If you're in a mood to watch back then in the 70s, where everything was very different. It really was, compared to today. All right. So that's it for this show. I'll do a recap of what I talked about. I talked about the Home Juice Company from Chicago. Also, my tributes to actress Glynis Johns and actor David Soul. This podcast will be published later on today. It can be found wherever podcasts are available: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Overcast, Breaker. Just hit follow. Just follow. You'll get notifications, or subscribe, either. Also, it'll be on my blog, vanishchicagoland.blog. Also, it'll be on my YouTube channel at Vanish Chicagoland Stories. People still ask me, where do I find your podcast? I tell them there. Just go to the search engine, type in Vanish Chicagoland, or have it bookmark. Hit subscribe. You will listen to the latest episode. You can care to listen to previous episodes if you like, if you have time. On your computer, like your desktop, your iPad, your phone, anywhere. Also be shared on my social media accounts, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Reddit, Instagram, and Threads. They'll have the link. So feel free to listen if you like. I don't know if I'll do a podcast tomorrow. Maybe. I probably will. We'll see. If not, it'll be Tuesday. See how that goes. Okay. So this is Pete Costanis, your host of Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me today. Today was snowing. It's snowing a little bit. It's not that much. Now it looks like Christmas. It didn't look like a couple of weeks, a week ago. So, but it's not that bad, so it's pretty outside. But it's January. That's how it is. So just stay warm and just enjoy the weekend. Okay. So here's bye-bye for me, and here's a little traveling music with Ray Rayner saying bye-bye-bye. Take care, everyone, and have a good rest of the weekend. Take care and so long.
We have to go. Bye-bye-bye.